and welcome to Street Talk, coming to you from South Africa. It sits ominously off the coast of Cape Town, a reminder of the brutal regime that collapsed in the early 1990s. It was also home for 27 years to one of the world's most famous prisoners, Nelson Mandela. Robben Island is just 12 kilometers, not even 8 miles offshore, and was the place apartheid's enforcers sent those they considered troublemakers and social outcasts. But it became a symbol of resistance. As freedom came to South Africa, the island prison, with a 400-year history of banishment, became a World Heritage Site and was transformed into a museum and tourist attraction. We came to explore this remarkable place for ourselves, and though I've been to Cape Town many times, I've never had a chance to visit Robben Island, let alone hear the story of a former prisoner firsthand.
My name is Tulani Mabaso. I'm a former political prisoner. I was involved on the underground operation of the ANC. I blew up one of the South African Defence Force intelligence buildings. And for that action, I was apprehended, taken to detention, tortured, taken to a high court, sentenced 18 years. Then they sent me to Robben Island. There's no toilet, there's a bucket in your cell, and you're sleeping, have those nightmares. And remember, the lights was on for 24 hours. And it was the same experience I experienced in detention, in fact, And even the meal was not that good, but you have to have something. And then terrible is the water, because my first time I wanted to have some water just to kill these nausea. And then I was just open. I was given the cap. I opened the tap. I drink that water. Tastes terrible salty. And then my first time experiencing such water. And then in the middle of the night, my tummy was running. I have to use that bucket, And it was not a good experience, of course. We even said to ourselves, whatever they do, they can break our bodies, but they will never take our spirit. The positive thing that I came up with, one, I met many leaders, and two, I went to school corresponding, and we were always motivating one another. And then we learned many things. We learned how to write a letter, how to speak English, how to speak Afrikaans. I'm not from Cape Town, so we always say, that's a Table Mountain. Hey, I say, hey, I want to go there. When I'm free, I'm going to go there. And that was my dream. Of course, when I was free, I said the same thing to the guys. And indeed, I was taken up there. On top of the mountain, I was a little bit scary. And then I was taken, there's a small thing where they put some coins. We have to look on the telescope. So when they did it, I looked, then this gentleman directed this thing focusing on the island. I said, please don't show me Robben Island. Show me another place.
Well, I can tell you that there's certainly an aura about this place, a certain sense of history, and that's something that visitors to Robben Island definitely pick up on.
I just felt like we come a long way, with the apartheid and what South Africa is right now.
What I learned for myself is that in order for someone to be someone, you have to sacrifice. They sacrificed in order to be where they are. And you cannot just be where they are. They had to pay a high price. So in order for you to be someone, this is what I took for myself. You have to sacrifice and you have to pay a high price. It's a very good experience and it's very great to be there.
When I went there, I didn't actually expect what I learned, really, because what I expected more was just to see a cell and more of like old buildings, but there's more to it. It's very painful to realize that the heroes went through so much before we actually got what we have today. We're actually free today. We are happy to move all over. We're happy to do everything. It's because of the sacrifice they went through, the pain they went through. Indeed, let us forgive, but not forget where we're coming from. Let's work hard for the brighter future and try to make sure we maintain what they gave to us. It was a very good experience here.
Every day, the prisoners of Robben Island had to look back on the beauty of Cape Town's coastline. And there are few places as stunning as the most southwesterly part of Africa, Cape Point. It was here that Bartholomew Diaz, the Portuguese navigator, first rounded the Cape in 1488, searching for a trade route to India and the East. It's one of the highest sea cliffs in the world, at 249 meters above sea level. Well, Cape Point is often mistakenly claimed to be the place where the cold current of the Atlantic Ocean and the warm current of the Indian Ocean collide. In actual fact, the Indian Ocean joins the Atlantic at Cape Agulhas. And that's it for this edition of Street Talk. Don't forget, if you see anything interesting or amusing, just point us in the right direction. What you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera, and sometimes we have to edit the content, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the streets of Cape Town.